Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including People Managing People. We offer 100-plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100-plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500-plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100-plus authorized training partners and 50-plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000-plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices. Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100-plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100-plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500-plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100-plus authorized training partners and 50-plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000-plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices. Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100+ globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100+ global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500+ multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100+ authorized training partners and 50+ universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000+ members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices. Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100+ globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100+ global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500+ multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100+ authorized training partners and 50+ universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000+ members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices. Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100 plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100 plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500 plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100 plus authorized training partners and 50 plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000 plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Learning Bootcamp. My name is Pratibha and I'll be your moderator. So let's start with the session. I hope you're all ready for that. Just allow me a minute to share my screen. Meanwhile, please do let us know from where you guys are watching. We would be happy to know that. So on behalf of the Global Skill Development Council, I'm truly delighted to welcome you all into the GSDC Certified Learning Holiday AI Bootcamps. In this bootcamp, you will be exploring from winning clients to delivering smarter from deciding faster. And these are the topics we are going to cover into the learning boot camps. We have already done with the two topics of day 1 and day 2, and today we are going to cover the day 3 topics. And this is going to continue till tomorrow, and the timing is going to be 7:30 a.m. Central, 9:30 p.m. Singapore, 7 p.m. Indian, and 8:30 a.m. EST. So for those who have joined with us for the very first time, let me give you a quick introduction who we are. Global Skill Development Council is a globally recognized certification body. We are accredited by ABICB. Till yet, we have a 250,000 professional certified with us. We are associated with 100 plus training providers across globe. We are also partnered with 50 plus universities and 1,000 plus multinational companies across globe. And till yet, we have a 500 plus subject matter experts who contribute to our program. And before starting the event, I just wanted to make a quick announcement that we have just launched a very unique platform called GSDC AI Studio, Lifelong Learning Initiative. In this, you will be getting 100 plus live monthly sessions with global expert, including 4 daily sessions, 45-minute live expert lead session for hands-on learning, sessions from global expert. Now you can learn directly from our AI leaders around the world. Real-time practice, you can apply concept immediately and get your question answered. Certification ready, you will be getting the training aligned with industry standard for job ready skills. So do you want to know how you can get the benefit of GSDC AI Studio? Well, let me tell you. So there are 3 ways. First, you have a free 14-day access in which you will be getting the 80 plus live session per month and access to full GSDC Studio. Second, you have a GSDC lifelong membership. You will be upgrading to Pro in $109 and you will be getting the lifetime access, 80 plus live session per month, access to full GSDC Studio, free GSDC membership, access to physical events, LinkedIn profile improver. Last but not the least, we have GSDC certification plus lifetime membership. So now participant, this offer is for a very limited time of period. So make sure you're taking the advantage of it because it is starting from $100 only. And you will be getting the GSDC certification, all benefits of lifetime membership, personalized coaching, capstone projects plus AI tool, GSDC Copilot, and competency assessment tool. So currently we are covering 100 plus certification in our portfolio, which include the learning and development, HR, Gen AI, agentic AI, emerging technologies, ISO lead auditor and implementer, project management and PMO, agile DevOps and SRE, cybersecurity, digital transformation, and many more. But once you get certified with GSDC, you just don't walk away with the certification. You also become a member of our community, which comes with the GSDC membership benefit, including the lifelong membership, certification upgrade, workshop, boot camps, learning club access, also the full benefit of GSDC AI Studio. So now it's time to welcome our today's speaker. Today we have Rutvik with us. So Rutvik is covering this learning bootcamp from the day one. So for those who have joined with us for the very first time, let me give you a quick introduction regarding the Rutvik. Rutvik Shetty is an AI innovation advisor and solution architecture, also an authorized trainer who transform complex AI into tangible business outcomes. With a master's in artificial intelligence from the Universities of Surrey, Rutvik has delivered breakthrough results across space technologies, healthcare, and real-time conversational AI. He improved space debris tracking accuracy by 30% at ERETS London, developed a 72% accurate cardiac predictions algorithm for healthcare application and engineer voice AI agents. Whether it's extending 2D gens to 3D 90% accuracy in vehicle re-identification or automating complex workflow, Rutvik bridges the gap between cutting-edge AI innovation and real-world business impact. And today he is going to lead the session on Gen AI for service delivery excellence. But before handing over the virtual mic, just a quick reminder. If you have any thoughts regarding the GSDC, if you want to know more regarding the art initiative, or if you want to connect with Ritvik regarding any query, please feel free to use the chat box. Once again, don't be shy. Drop your reactions, comments, and quick emojis into the chats. That's how we know you're with us, actively listening and absorbing from this insightful session. With that, it's time to welcome Rutvik on our platform. Thank you so much, Rutvik, coming on our platform. We are very honored to have you as a speaker. The stage is all yours.
Hello, Pratibha. Thank you so much. Uh, Hope I'm visible to you guys and audible as well.
Yes,
Uh,
Rutvik.
yes, I'll just share my screen once. Okay, it's visible, right?
Yes, Rutvik.
Okay, perfect. So let's start. So good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everyone. It's been great talking to you guys for past 2 days since Friday, Monday, and now today as well. So, welcome to the module. We've talked about the strategy and the money. Now we are going to open the toolbox now. Okay. The session is about service delivery excellence. But I want to be clear, this isn't just about teaching your teams how to use the chatbot, but this is about fundamentally changing how we build software. We are going to cover the specific tools you need to buy, the architecture behind them, and the hidden risk you might not see yet. And by the end of this hour, you won't just know what ChatGPT 4 is or ChatGPT 5 is, you'll know how to architect a workforce around it. Moving ahead, so let's start with addressing the elephant in the room, okay? Your workforce. For the last 30 years, the IT service industry has hired people based on syntax. We looked for people who knew where the semicolon goes for Java or how to write a perfect for loop in Python. And we essentially hired bricklayers. We paid them by how many bricks they would lay per day. But here's the hard truth. In the age of generative AI, the syntax is free. I can generate thousands of lines of perfect Python code, excuse me, in 3 seconds for less than a penny. And if your team's primary value is I know how to type code, they're obsolete. We are in a talent pivot at this point. We need to stop hiring bricklayers and start training architects. We don't need faster typists. we need better thinkers. The new value isn't in writing the code, it is in its semantics. So understand what we are building and why we are building it. We need developers who can review code they didn't write or spot security flaws in AI generated output and orchestrate complex systems. So your message to your teams must be I don't value you for your typing speed anymore. I value you for your judgment about whether it is a good or bad code or whether it is a good document. Is it logical? Is it semantically right? And that kind of scenarios. So when it comes to delivery, there are three main pillars. Okay. So if we aren't just typing code, what are we using this technology for? Now, there are three superpowers, okay, that actually move the needle on delivery. So the first one is polyglot coder. By polyglot, I mean the one who knows a lot of languages. So polyglot coder is someone who knows a lot of programming languages. So think about those ancient legacy systems. So many of you might not know it, but there is this system called COBOL mainframes that runs a lot in banks. Okay. The original developers have retired back in 1990s. Some of the banks have still updated themselves, some of them haven't. We are terrified to touch that kind of code. But Gen AI can ingest that legacy code and translate it into Java or Python in hours, not just months, in hours. And it unlocks the unmaintainable. So the things that were unmaintainable in the past now have been unlocked to grow further. The second one that comes in is the just let me yeah. So the second one that comes in is the synthetic data generator. So how many times has a project in your company stalled because you were waiting for the legal to approve the test data? You need customer data to test, but you can't use real customers' data because of maybe GDPR compliances, maybe multiple compliances that exist around the data privacy. And AI solves this instantly for you. You can ask it to generate 10,000 rows of fake customer data, and it will generate you names, it will generate you credit cards, addresses, and that too, which looks statistically real, but are totally made up, and you get your data in seconds. And the legal stays happy as well because you are not using any real customers' data. Now, the third one, which I really like, is the RCA detective. So we have taken this example a lot of times in the past two presentations as well, trainings as well. Uh, when the server crashes, your L1, L2 engineer usually spends 4 or 5 hours uh, on those log files looking for the error, and that is waste of human life. You can feed those logs into AI and say, find the anomaly, and it spots the timestamp mismatch in seconds. And we aren't replacing the engineer here, we are giving them a metal detector in the hand so that they don't have to dig with a spoon. So now, which tools to buy? Leaders often think AI is AI. That's a mistake. You need to treat these models, maybe LLMs, chat models, and all those things, like different employees with different personalities. So let's go through one at a time for all of them. Okay. So first, you have ChatGPT 4. Think of him as an Einstein consultant. He is brilliant at logic, mathematics, solving complex puzzles. And if you need to structure the data or write a complex algorithm, you go to GPT. But like an external consultant, he doesn't have a badge to get into your building and he doesn't know your internal secrets. Now, why that is important, we'll be talking about that in Copilot. Before that, let's talk about Claude a bit. Then you have Claude 3 or Claude Sonnet, which came out recently, a new version of it. And think of Claude as a novelist or researcher. Claude has a massive context window. Even GPT-4, GPT-5 don't have that kind of context window. And what I mean by context window, I'll be talking about it further in the same slide itself. So he can write a whole book or 100-page legal document contract, and and that too in one setting. He writes in a very human, empathetic way. And by he, I mean Claude, by the way, because I think we need to humanize them at this point. Uh, if you need to summarize a massive requirements document or draft a sensitive email to an angry client, you use Claude. And finally, coming back to Microsoft Copilot, which is something we want to talk deeply about because a lot of enterprises are using it now. So finally, you have Microsoft Copilot, and Copilot is like your chief of staff. He might not be as creative as the novelist, which was ChatGPT, but he has the keys to all the file cabinets. He knows your emails, he knows your Teams chat, and your SharePoint files as well. So if you need to ask, what did I miss in the meeting yesterday? The Copilot is the only one who can answer that for you. Talking about more architectural personality differences that each of these have. Uh, so let's take Claude for example. Okay, the constitutional AI that inculcates into it is unlike GPT, which was trained on human feedback. So maybe some of you must have experienced in earlier chat GPT versions, now as well, they do it most of the times, is that whenever you ask a question, you would get two different outputs. And then it would ask you which one feels better to you. So it would always take human feedback to better its answers in the future. But that can be messy. Okay. Claude was trained with a constitution in mind of rules. So it was, for example, like be helpful, harmless, and honest, that kind of stuff. And this makes it safer, but sometimes more rigid towards its rules. When I was talking about context window, Claude can hold up to 200,000 plus tokens, that is, let's say words for that matter, for easier understanding. 200,000 plus words in its context, so it can remember 200,000 words in excuse me, in one go. So it's probably like more like almost a whole Harry Potter book, I'll say. And in its working memory with near perfect recall. Whereas GPT-4 and sometimes GPT-5 as well starts to forget in the middle of the long document. Now, why this is better at writing is Claude's training data seems to favor literature and nuances. Okay, it writes in a warm human tone, whereas GPT-4 sounds like a corporate press release. It uses words like delve, comprehensive, landscape, such kind of stuff, whereas Claude sounds like a novelist. And hence, the use cases with Claude is more like read this 100-page legal contract, find me a loophole because of the context window, draft a sensitive email to an angry client because of the tone it has. Now, going to GPT-4, GPT-4o, GPT-5, 5o, 5 mini as well, these are better logic engines when we talk architecturally about it. So, the rumor has it that GPT-4 isn't one single giant model. It is eight small experts models in a trench coat. One expert is good at code, one is good at math, and etc. A router sends your prompt to the right expert. So let's say you asked a math question, it will send it to the math expert or the smaller math expert that we want to that I'm telling about, and then that particular expert answers you in the right way. Now it is highly optimized. The instruction flowing, the logic, everything is highly optimized by them. Now, why is it better at logic? It tends to score slightly higher on pure reasoning, puzzles, and maths than Claude. And though Claude 3.5 Sonnet and the latest model is catching up fast towards it, it is still more obedient. if you give it strict JSON schema. So by JSON schema, I mean a structured format for output. So let's say every support ticket or every email you receive, you want four different parameters. You want first to be the priority of the mail, second to be the emotion that was held into that mail. Maybe the client is angry, happy, or something like that. And third one, maybe it is the severity of how soon it should be replied. Okay, so that kind of structure formats are much more easier for GPT-5 to follow, GPTs to follow for that matter, and it follows it perfectly. Claude sometimes gets chatty and adds extra text here and there, and it just goes haywire sometimes. So the use case with GPTs is more on to converting an unstructured data, which was your email, into a structured format so that you know when to read that email or when to look into that email, how much time to give into it, and what kind of priority does it hold. So that kind of unstructured to structured format, or maybe to write your Python scripts to scrape this website or something like that, small POC codes. Now coming to Microsoft Copilot. Now, why does it know that kind of information about you? So this is the most misunderstood one. Microsoft Copilot is most misunderstood one. It is not just a model, it is a whole system into it. Okay. And this stack has multiple front ends. It has Word document as a front end because you can chat with Copilot from Word, even PowerPoint presentations. Then from Teams, because you can chat with Copilot from Teams, and then from VS Code for developers. You developers can chat with Copilot as well from there. So it has a lot of front ends, but the brain that decides that orchestration that decides, do I need to search the email? Do I need to write the code? That is also a part of Copilot. Then there is Microsoft Graph, the index of your data. The index of your data is like an index page from a notebook of where which page number I can find what. So emails, chats, SharePoints, all your documents, it's in that notebook. And this particular Microsoft Graph is just an index to that notebook telling me which page number do I have to go to. And then there is an LLM inside it, which is mostly GPT-4, but now they have given the capability of using GPT-5 as well now in an enterprise version. Now, why this is better? So, grounding RAG. If you ask GPT or Chat GPT, what did Rutvik say about the budget? It says, I don't know Rutvik. Leave the budget, but I don't know Rutvik. And if you ask Copilot about it, the whole orchestrator searches the Microsoft graph, finds your email, feeds it to LLM, and then LLM answers you, right? That Rutvik said this things about the budget. Now, the use cases with Copilot is about summarizing the whole meetings for you or scenarios like that. And it also can draft proposal based on the Excel files that you have on the Word document as well. Now that we have looked into these differences, we also want to move further and a bit more up and talk a bit more about Copilot. So I want to double click on Copilot because this is usually where the confusion happens. Why does Copilot sometimes refuses to answer a question? So you might have seen that a lot of times you talk to Copilot and it just plain rejects it. So this is because of the kind of architecture it holds. Now that I've explained you that, so Copilot isn't just a chatbot as it is a system. When you ask a question, it doesn't go straight to AI. First, it goes to the Microsoft Graph, that was the index of all your files. And crucially, it checks your permissions. So if you ask, how much does the CEO make as a very, let's say, L1 employee or maybe a managerial employee, the Copilot finds the salary spreadsheet, checks if you have the permission to read it or not, sees that you don't, and then tells the AI to say, I can't answer that. And it is secure by design. This is why enterprise AI costs money and why it is safer than just using ChatGPT on the web. Now, This brings us to the biggest risk you'll face today. It is not Terminator robots or anyone taking over, it is shadow AI. Now, what do I mean by that? So, statistics have shown that over 60% of the developers are using AI to code nowadays. But if you haven't given them an enterprise tool, they are using their personal ChatGPT accounts. Now they are pasting your proprietary code, your client data, and your secrets into the public model to get their work done faster. Now, this is a data leak waiting to happen. But here is the catch. You cannot ban this, okay? Because if you block ChatGPT on your internal servers, they will use it on their phones. So, and by using it on their phones, if you feel like, okay, I'm not able to copy paste things, nowadays, even iPhones can click a photo and copy the text from the photos. So it's very easy for me to take a photo of my screen and then copy the whole text and then give it to ChatGPT. So if I want to cheat, I can. It's just that why let them cheat? The only solution is to provision it. Okay, you have to give them a secure enterprise grade tool like Copilot and enterprise chat GPTs that keeps the data private. You can't literally stop the water. So you have to build a safe channel for it to flow in a certain direction. And that's the only way you can stop it or you can encourage it inside your own enterprise. So now that we have talked about these kind of what differences ChatGPT, Claude, and everyone holds, and how to provision it, and what kind of problems you'll be facing, we want to talk about prompts. Okay, it's been a very big topic. Of course, like 2 years ago, I don't think anyone must have thought about prompt engineering as a word or as a job role, but this has become very big. Now, why this has become a job, I'm still not sure because I don't feel like you're talking in English with a particular LLM model and that's it. But then when you get into prompting, you get to know a small intricacies around this whole prompting scenario. So now let's talk about how to use these tools. And prompting isn't magic. It is delegation of task. So if you give a lazy command, you get a lazy result back. So it's always the same scenario, garbage in, garbage out. So every effective framework we are about to discuss further in few slides share the same kind of DNA in the core. Okay. So they all contain a role about who is this AI? Who is the, like, what is its persona? What is it going to act like? Then comes the instruction, what to do. So let's say I gave it a role of a developer and instruction as write a code in Python, write a very descriptive code or write code with comments in Python, then that would be my instruction to it. Then comes context. Why are you doing it? So let's say I come from conversational AI background for now, uh, and I want to give it context that we are building a conversational AI. It is able to speak in multiple Indian languages, in English, it is fluent in African languages as well. So that kind of scenario, that kind of context has to be provided. And then constraints. So when it comes to a developer, every developer needs different kind of assistance. Sometimes maybe I need even small parts uh, in terms of answer that I want to know how to run a particular code, how to write that particular line, and that kind of scenarios. And that is just what it is. Okay. And then comes examples. A lot of times, and it is also called few short prompting, and we want to give a lot of examples to tell how it can answer better or how it can answer to me so that I feel better about those answers. So if you miss any one of those, there is a slight chance that AI would hallucinate a bit. And by hallucinate, I do not mean it will give you always the wrong answer. But by hallucinate, I also mean that it won't give you the answers that you are looking for specifically. So now, because I told you guys about how prompting has changed a lot in past 2 years, it is very essential to know that any new person that you hire as an employee is able to do this kind of prompting. This is something that I'm teaching my nephew, and which who is literally in a fourth, fifth grade. So when I ask him about a percentage question, that how much percentage, um, what is the 40% of 20, and he has to find an answer. I would ask him, or I would suggest him that go to ChatGPT, ask the question, and ask it to explain you in such a way that it is explaining it to a toddler, so that he gets used to that kind of tools. He gets to use those tools for his advancement. Now, this is something I'm trying to teach my nephew. But there is also something that I use in a lot of interviews nowadays. So when I want to take an interview, I don't give them a Python code to code and show it to me. Or I don't want to see what kind of syntax they have, how good they are with that syntax. The only thing that I care about is how good are they logically. Now, how do I find their logic, right? So I've written a small code in Python. It's literally 5 to 6 lines of code. And the only thing that it does is an ascending order. So I'll have numbers like 6, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it will go from, and it will just run the code. And the only thing that you'll see as the output is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it will just do an ascending order, but the way I've written it is in a complex format. It does not use just comparing the numbers with each other, but it uses time. So every time I loop through these particular numbers, what I'll do is I'll wait for that certain amount of time which that number shows. So let's say 1 for 1 second, 6 for 6 seconds. And as soon as those seconds end, it will print out that number. So if I start the timer for all of them at once. Of course, one is going to end first, so one is going to be printed. Two is going to be uh, ending later after that. So two is going to be printed, and in such a way, you just get an ascending order printed. Now, the code is simple, the logic is simple, the output is simple. But when the code looks complex and you don't know how what's the output going to be, the only thing that I ask them over the call is to share their screen, and then I give a free hand to use ChatGPT in front of me. So I look at what kind of prompts they are putting in, what kind of questions they are asking about the code. Because tomorrow, it's not going to be about what kind of syntax he's going to write or she's going to write. It is going to be more about what kind of questions do they ask? Are they curious about the right things into that particular problem statement? So that is always what prompting does. And currently, I also heard a news that some triple IT college in Delhi has allowed their students to give answers with ChatGPT in their thesis, I guess, or maybe their projects. But the only thing they have asked them, their students, to do is to send them the prompts that they used to get those answers as well. So that kind of power is held by the prompts and the context. So I want to give you specific frameworks for your standard operating procedures for your daily business. And you don't need to memorize them all, but you need to know when to use them. So for everyday communication, you use race or rise. Okay. So when it comes to race, R stands for role, A stands for action, C stands for context, and E stands for exception. The same way, rise stands for is role, input, steps, exception. So instead of action and context, it is input and steps. Now, this ensures that you never send a vague email request again. So but then if you need to, if you need the AI to mimic specific style, then you use the care. Okay. Why care? Because now it has the same components. Okay. It has context, it has action, it has results. The only component that is different is this particular E. E stands for example. And this is crucial when you want the AI to write exactly like you. So for high stakes and then comes high stake contents, uh, like proposal to a CEO, you use COSTAR. Now COSTAR stands for context, objective, style, tone, audience, and then response. So now it covers a bigger part of it. CoStar, it has the context, it knows what objective it is going to speak about. Then the style, and style in the sense of what kind of paragraphs you want. Do you want, um, let's say, welcoming paragraph in the start, something, the content in the middle, and then the bye-byes in the end of it, that kind of style. Then the tone, should it be polite, should it be arrogant, what kind of stuff, so that kind of tone. Then the audience, who is it speaking to? Is it the CEO it is speaking to, or is it an manager who is it speaking to, or is it just a POC it is speaking to? And then comes the response. So what kind of response do you want? Now it covers every base, so nothing is left to change. Okay. And finally, to check your own prompt, always remember this four S's. Four S. Okay. Simple. Is your prompt simple? Is your prompt structured? So that is second S. Is your prompt specific enough? That is your third. And then is your prompt sensitive? So four S's: simple, structured, specific, sensitive. That's it. Always, whenever you write prompt, remember these four S's as well. Now, we talked about daily life. What kind of prompts do you use? Now, we want to have this kind of prompting where we want reasoning and logic into it. Okay. Excuse me. Sorry. So there comes chain of thought. Now, chain of thought, the concept, instead of asking for answer, you ask for steps. So the prompt that you use is simple as that, is like, let's think step by step, and then you ask the question. So why would it work, right? So technically, remember, like, I might have told you this twice or thrice in the past, that these models are just predicting the next word. It is just autocorrect with a midlife crisis. Okay, so it is just predicting the next word on on the basis of previous words. So if you ask what is 24 into 14, the model has to guess the answer in one single token or one single word and jump. And that is hard. By the way, if you do it right now on ChatGPT, you'll still get a correct answer, because now they have apparently connected calculators in the backend with these LLM models. So it can do those small calculations or even bigger calculations on them using the calculator in the backend. But initially, when ChatGPT came out, which was just plain, simple, boring language model, so 2023 November, if you used to ask what is 2 plus 3, it would say 5. And then sometimes I can just make it hallucinate by asking 23 into 3. And then it would just give me wrong answers because it was just predicting that next particular token from its past data. So now what we do is, if you force it to write by saying that thing step by step, what it will do is, first it will write 20 into 14, which is 280, and then 4 into 14, which is 56. And now I wanted 24 into 14, so I'll just add them together. And now those words become context for the final answer. You are literally giving that model more compute time, more tokens to think about it and to process the logic. Okay. Also, a fun fact here. I don't know if everyone of you know about KitKat and its a recent AI campaign that it did. So the KitKat's tagline is "Take a break." Okay. So Google DeepMind actually did a research on this, and they saw that if before asking the question or during asking the question to any GPT, if you write there, take a breather and answer me this, it will answer you better. So if you just ask the question, it will give you 50 to 60% accurate answer. But if you ask it to take a breather, it's going to answer you 70 to 80%. So now I thought it was just a hoax. Some KitKat is doing it for marketing, but apparently that is true. I researched about it a bit, and it would be really fun if you guys can go after this lecture and see that KitKat ad. And what they have done is use that particular point to their advantage, and they just say that LLM needs a break now and then. So now you can ask a question by saying, take a break and ask the question. Okay. So whenever you say take a break, the LLM will take a thought process, it will think about it much more deeper, and then come back to you with an answer. So hence, those answers are much better and much relevant. Then comes coming back to this. So then comes tree of thoughts. Okay. When it comes to tree of thoughts, the concept behind it is the multiverse approach. LLMs are usually linear, A to B and then B to C, but tree of thoughts forces them to branch out. So from instead of going from A to B, it goes from A to B1, B2, and B3. Now, the prompt that you would use here is imagine three different experts are solving this particular question. Each one proposes a solution and then they critique each other and finally pick the best one out of it. Now, why this would work for most of the LLMs is standard LLMs use this greedy decoding. They usually pick up the most likely next word and they rarely backtrack. So if they go down a wrong path, it's over. It's going to give you a wrong answer. So this tree of thought forces the model to keep multiple states alive in the memory simultaneously, compare them, and discard the bad branches before committing to the final answer. And that's what tree of thoughts bring to you. Then comes the react part. This is architecture of agents. It combines the thinking with doing. Okay, so it's mostly used into agentic AI and that kind of frameworks, the low code, no code platforms. It is much better to have these kind of frameworks there. But the thought behind is it, like the prompt that you can use there is that you give thought saying the user wants weather info. The action would be searching for weather API or weather where you can get the live weather update, and then observation is it raining, and then the thought that I should tell the user to bring an umbrella, right? And why this would work is LLMs are static. They are trained on old data. They hallucinate a lot, and when they don't and they hallucinate a lot when they don't literally know facts. So React forces the grounding steps. It pauses the generation, it fetches the real data by going and fetching the live weather update, and then feeds the data back to the context, which is the observation, and then finishes its thought, and that breaks the hallucination loop. And because I have told all these orchestration, hence React is more useful in those agentic AI agents. And then comes few shot and many shot prompting as well. Okay, which would be this part, the last one. Okay, so giving examples like convert hello to hola. Now convert good morning. So now it has an example that from hello, you went to a Spanish word hola, and now when you are asking for good morning, you would want a Spanish word equivalent to good morning to it. So why does it work? It is in context learning. That is what we call it. You aren't retraining the whole model's weights. That is quite expensive. But by providing examples in the prompt, you are temporarily adjusting the attention weights of that particular current session. So the model sees the pattern in the example that you have given above, and it copies that kind of pattern. It tries to copy that kind of pattern, and it essentially learns a new skill for that particular duration of the chat. So now that we have looked into all these kind of prompts, this is kind of an exercise that I would hold in a very personal face-to-face trainings. Uh, for now, because we are online, let's just have a discussion over it. So let's put this into practice, okay? Just think about it in your own scenarios. So the scenario that we have here is that a client wants a feature that we can't build, okay? And if you just use some lazy prompting by saying that say no to this, you get a very rude email that loses the account itself for you. Now, I want you to use a co-star framework that we discussed about and define those kind of context, objective, the tone that you want to set, the audience that there is, and the response format that you want. So it would be simple as that. Just for context, give it the strategic account that you have. Objective would be declining the feature XYZ. Then comes style. We want empathetic but firm. Then tone should be professional. It should not be that friendly or something like that. Audience should be a CTO and response it should be email formatted. Okay. Now, this whole things just makes the whole answer different. And you can see the difference in front of you directly. The AI didn't get smarter. The model is the same. The AI is the same. Your delegation got cleaner. That's the only thing these kind of prompt themes, this kind of prompt frameworks do for you. They just make your delegation cleaner. Now, finally, how do we ensure quality out of all these tools and all these prompts? We use a sandwich model. I want you to visualize every AI task as a sandwich. Okay, and also I talk a lot about food in our previous presentations as well, because I feel food is the best way to correlate with everyone because everyone loves a burger, I hope. Uh, so yeah, so the top one is the human. Okay, you set the strategy, you set the context, you set the prompt, you decide what we are doing. Then comes the meat part. Meat is the AI. It does the heavy lifting. It writes the 500 lines of code. It summarizes the 50-page document. It generates the draft. And then, but you cannot serve the sandwich without the bottom bun, right? And that is human review. You must verify the output. Does the code work? Is the summary accurate? We never ever take AI output and push it to straight to production, not at least when we are starting to gain the trust, the similar thing that we talked about yesterday. So the first thing or the first step would always be a sandwich. So where we want human to scrutinize it. And we want the AI as the engine, and you are the steering wheel. If you take your hands off the wheel, the car's gonna crash. So that's the kind of sandwich method I do follow a lot of times. And just to recap, what we have covered today is we are pivoting talent to semantics. So instead of interviewing about what you can write as a code, we interview about can you understand this code by asking the right questions to ChatGPT or anyone else. So something like that. We are locking down shadow AI. So we are providing tools to your employees so that they don't try to use those same similar kind of better tools at their own end. And we are equipping our leaders with the right frameworks, the race for daily grinds and tree of thought for strategic battles. So I hope all of you enjoyed this session and thank you for attending it. And if there are any questions, I would be happy to answer those.
Thank you so much, Rutvik, for the amazing and insightful session. So, participant, the floor is officially open for question answer. If you want to connect with Rutvik, please feel free to use the chat box. So, we do have first question from Christy. Would you please
Mhm.
restate the four acronyms for prompting style?
Okay. Are you, Christy, are you talking about the raise, rise, care, co-star, and four S's, right? Are those the ones
Yes.
that you are talking about? Okay, perfect. So, raise and rise being role, action, context, and expectation. Rise being role, input, steps, and expectation. Then you go for care. Care is when you want to give examples and when you want exactly the same kind of outputs that you might type as of your own. So care is context, action, result, and example. So example being the key part of it. If you are writing something or writing a very sensitive email or something like that, you go for co-star, where you have context, you have objective, style, tone, audience, and then response type, whether it's an email, whether it's a WhatsApp message or something like that. And then comes the four S's, which was not a framework, but a scrutinizer for all the frameworks. So you have to see whether first S being is the prompt simple, second S whether the prompt is structured well, third S being is the prompt specific enough for those tasks, and fourth being is the prompt sensitive enough towards those particular answers. So I hope I answered those questions for you. Perfect. Thank you,
Thank you.
Mani.
Thank you so much for the amazing answer, Ritvik. So,
Mhm.
Mani wants to know regarding the 4S role, rise, care. Can you get some pointers on this?
Can you explain me what you mean by pointers, Mani, so I can speak more onto that in detail, if that is possible for you?
So, I think she's asking you to add a few inputs, few text on this.
Okay, so what we'll do even better is that I can give a list of these kind of prompts to you by maybe writing it on a Google document or something. But when it comes to, and for now, I'll just give you um, key takeaway. Yes. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's take race for that matter. Okay, when we talk about role, action, context, and expectation. So when we say role, so we want ChatGPT to play a role of someone. Okay, whenever you are asking it to draft an email, you want it to play a role of your assistant who writes emails. So when you talk about role, it talks about what do you want ChatGPT or any LLM to act as. Okay, that becomes your role part. Then comes action. Action being, does it have to write an email? Does it have to write a WhatsApp message? Does it have to create a documentation for you? Does it have to make a presentation for you? So that comes under action. And then comes context. Now, what context means, and I think we had a agentic AI session where I talked a lot about context, how important it is. It is more important than even prompting nowadays, because context is the summary or is the knowledge about its surrounding. So let's say you came into the office today morning and your client called you saying that, hey, I'm very unhappy about these 2 days of delay that you have gotten us into. Now, LLM does not know that. LLM does not know about that call. Now that becomes your context. You have to put in that context that today I got a call, and this is what that particular client was unsatisfied about. So that comes as a context every time. And then comes expectation. What do you expect out of this? Do you expect the um, let's say the client to mild his emotions a bit? Do you expect him to calm down a bit from his anger, or is your expectation something different out of that presentation? Is that expectation that you want? So let's say if I am writing this kind of prompt to deliver this kind of presentations to you guys, my expectation would be doing something very simple, not writing a lot of text on the presentations or the PPTs, uh, and so that you don't have to read through it and you can focus more on to listening on to me. So that would be my expectation from it. So that's what comes under expectation. So that's how race is divided into. So I hope I answered you the question with race about this particular scenario.
Thank you so much for the insightful answer on this, Ritvik. So, we have few questions from the participant of LinkedIn and YouTube as well.
Hmm.
So, The first question we have: how can organizations balance speed and quality when using GenAI in customer facing service delivery?
Okay, so whenever it comes to speed and quality, what I'll tell you is apart from these two, governance is very important part of it. Okay, I understand that speed and quality comes to be on the top, but getting governance into AI is like getting yourself brakes. And you have brakes on the cars or F1 cars and very good ceramic brakes on F1 cars, not because you want them to stop, but you want them to stop at high speeds so that they can run on high speeds. So brakes are there so that you can drive faster. So when you talk about speed and service delivery, you always have to have breaks. So I'll suggest you that you always focus on governance first so that you have good breaks with you, and then you focus on speed. And then when you come to speed and and those kind of points, what I'll suggest is as soon as possible, get your employees used to these kind of tools always. Second, give them the access to all of those. And third, if you belong to a Gen Z kind of generation, I'm very happy that you have that kind of question. And if you are from a much elder generation, I'll suggest talk to your amazing developers that you have hired new. Because today I'm telling you a new technology. Tomorrow, and with AI growing so fast, every week there's going to be new technology. And Gen Zs are the ones, maybe they see it on Instagram or some on LinkedIn or somewhere, they'll read about it and they'll come to you saying, hey guy, hey man, this Claude is doing amazing with coding. So I'm going to talk about it, or we want to do this. So I'll suggest, and I suggest this to a lot of leaders, that go and sit with your Gen Z who is amazing at coding or who you feel is amazing with this kind of scenarios. Sit with him, and I'll tell you, you will be the fastest developing company or fastest developing sector just by talking to them. So I know Gen Zs have a very bad reputation right now with corporates, but I'll tell you this for a fact that the ones who are working amazing. They are putting a lot of thought. They want to get something done. So talk to them. And that is what will put you to pace with whatever the AI is going on in the market right now.
Thank you so much for this amazing answer, Ritvik. So, participant, we are running out of the time, so we'll not be able to take more questions. So, this will be the next question will be our today's last question. But I have shared Ritvik's LinkedIn ID into the chat box so that you can connect with him directly for any guidance or any help. So, Ritik, today's last question we have: looking ahead to 2026, how do you see Gen AI reshaping service delivery expectations from customers and clients' POV?
I think we talked about this yesterday a lot in depth with all the kind of different expectations people are going to bring to you. So when you inculcate AI is making your work faster. But when you have talked about service deliveries in the past, they are more about the hours that you put in. You have told that we'll give you 10 different people from customer support or maybe development and stuff like that, and each person is going to cost you certain amount for particular, like for 1 hour. Whereas AI, when you bring in AI, what AI is doing for you is reducing those hours. So everyone and every client is going to come to you saying that, can you reduce my prices because you're doing it faster? So that is when you have to, that is the kind of shift that is going to come into service sector, where the pricing models, as I told again in the yesterday's session or maybe Friday session, that we have to move away from those hourly billings to value-based billings and value-based outcomes, because AI is going to, or it's already doing, is reducing time and increasing value for any product that is out in the market right now.
Thank you so much for this detailed and thoughtful answer, Ritvik. So, as
Yeah.
participant, we are not able to take any more question, but I have shared Ritvik's LinkedIn right into the chat box. Please do connect with him for any guidance and support. I'm sure he would be happy to help you out, right, Ritvik?
Yes, definitely, definitely.
So, moving ahead with the session, so if you guys are ready for getting the certification into the AI, whether it's a Gen AI, Agentic AI, or AI tool experts, now the certifications are available on our website. We are also giving a complimentary coupon code to all of our participants, which will give you a 20% off for opting this certification. So, if you are ready to get certified into AI, just check our website, opt for the certification, use the coupon code link which I have sent into the chat box, get 20% off, and get certified. So before wrapping up the session, I just wanted to make a few announcements. One of them is the utility tool. So we have started introducing utility tool quite a while ago, and we have already started getting a very positive feedbacks from the participant who were in their job hunting journey. Because in today's AI era, everyone is taking the help of AI. So HRs and recruiters are also using the AI ATS screening system to scan your resume to sending into the next round of interview. But let's face the fact that is also one of the biggest reasons that most candidates' resumes are getting rejected, even though after having the skills and experience, because their resumes are not aligning with their AI ATS screening system. What you can do, you can take the help of utility tool. You can log in into utility tool by using your LinkedIn ID and password, and it will give you a recommendation according to the job designation you are targeting and the industry you are targeting to improvise your LinkedIn profile from bio update to experience management to Zoom backdrop, everything. So we are also giving a complimentary coupon code to all of our participants to making their job hunting journey easier, which will give you 100% off while using this utility tool. So if you're on your job hunting journey, take the help of utility tool, use the coupon code link which I've sent into the chat box, get 100% discount, and make your job hunting journey even more easier. So as we have already covered three sessions, today we had a powerful session with for Gen AI for service delivery excellence. Tomorrow we are going to have one more impactful and powerful session on AI driven decision making and problem solving with Rutvik. And the timing is going to be at 7:30 a.m. Central, 9:30 p.m. Singapore, 7 p.m. Indian, and 8:30 a.m. Eastern. So I'm hoping to see you all in tomorrow's session as well. And with that, it's time to celebrate our today's referral champion. Today we have Leela Venkatesh, Saru Sau, and Dauda. Special thanks to all three of you for helping us simplify our initiative and reach it to the wider global audience. So these are the platforms and website where you can connect with us. Our LinkedIn profile, our website, our WhatsApp group. So I'm sharing all of this link into the chat box so that you don't miss out. So stay connect with us for regarding our upcoming events and trends because in New Year's we are changing a lot of things into the event things and everything, and we are trying to make your learning journey even more impactful, dynamic, and engaging. So do connect with us in all of the platforms. Also, we would love to have your feedback, your session key takeaways, learning outcomes. So do drop your feedback and suggestions on reviews.io. And with that, it's time to come to an event end. Thank you so much, Rutvik, once again for coming on our platform. We are very honored to have you as our speaker. Looking forward to having you in tomorrow's session as well. Thank you so much, all of the participants who joined with us learning journey. Hoping to see you all tomorrow as well. Till then, keep learning, keep energizing. Have a good day, good night, good evening, good morning, wherever you are.